The first body was found in a drainage ditch outside Columbus in October 2016. A 48-year-old divorced accountant, Mark Henley, lay slumped in mud, his wrists bound with industrial zip ties. There were no signs of struggle, no defensive wounds, no DNA under his nails. His car sat parked at a grocery store 3 miles away, keys still in the ignition. The scene was sterile, deliberate. The only anomaly, a single strand of synthetic fiber, dark blue, lodged in his collar. Over the next 3 years, 4 more men vanished under eerily similar circumstances. All were white, aged 45, 55, lived alone, and worked in professions requiring meticulous attention to detail. Engineers, tax auditors, a software developer. Each disappeared after routine errands, grocery runs, pharmacy visits, walks to the post office. Their vehicles were always recovered nearby, wiped clean. The synthetic fiber reappeared on 2 victims, but lab analysis yielded nothing. A mass-produced material used in work gloves sold nationwide. The victims' lives revealed no overlaps, no shared hobbies, social circles, or digital footprints. Yet the killer's precision suggested intimate surveillance. Detective Lara Voss, lead investigator, noted subtle patterns. Each man had recently withdrawn large cash sums, likely coerced. Bank cameras showed nothing. The killer knew blind spots. Autopsies confirmed suffocation, but the absence of ligature marks hinted at a chemical method, a signature without a face. Profilers from Quantico theorized the shadow was a pragmatist, not a sadist. The killings were transactional, devoid of ritualistic violence. Victims were subdued quickly, methodically. This pointed to a perpetrator who valued control over spectacle, someone who saw murder as a means, not an end. The lack of sexual or financial motives baffled investigators. Geographic profiling mapped the disappearances within a 30-mile radius of a single highway interchange. The killer operated in zones with minimal surveillance, suggesting local knowledge. Psychologists proposed he held a day job requiring travel, a delivery driver, contractor, or utility worker. His confidence in evading detection hinted at prior experience with law enforcement, perhaps military or security training. Most chilling was the victim's compliance. How did the shadow convince grown men to follow him willingly? Profilers speculated he impersonated authority, a cop, firefighter, or city inspector. A badge, uniform, or official-looking clipboard would lower defenses. Interviews with families revealed one common thread. Each victim had complained in the weeks prior about pushy strangers asking questions. The profile coalesced. A white male, 35-50, charismatic, with a grudge against societal structure. He targeted loners who wouldn't be missed immediately, exploiting their isolation. His need to dominate stemmed from a fractured ego, a failed career, divorce, or financial ruin. But without a face or name, the profile was a ghost. The breakthrough came in March 2020. A 5th victim, Carl Rigby, had hidden a burner phone in his car's glove compartment, a habit from his paranoid days as a whistleblower. The phone's last call, traced to a disposable number, pinged near a truck stop off Interstate 71. Security footage showed a grey Ford Transit van, no plates, lingering in the lot. Detectives scoured toll records for similar vehicles and found a match. A van rented weekly by a Columbus-based HVAC repair company. The company's owner, Greg Tolbert, 52, fit the profile perfectly. A former Marine with a dishonorable discharge for assaulting a superior, Tolbert had filed for bankruptcy in 2015 after his wife left him. Employees described him as a perfectionist who obsessively cleaned his tools. A raid on his warehouse uncovered stacks of cash, zip ties matching those on the victims, and a stash of chloroform. Most damning, dark blue work gloves, fibers identical to those found on the bodies. Tolbert was arrested during a routine service call. He offered no resistance. his expression blank as cuffs closed around his wrists. In his van, detectives found a fake police badge and a ledger detailing each victim's movements, finances, and vulnerabilities. At trial, prosecutors framed Tolbert as a narcissist who blamed others for his downfall. The ledger revealed he'd targeted men he deemed wasted potential, mirroring his self-loathing. Forensic accountants proved he'd siphoned over $200,000 from victims' accounts, funneling it into failed business ventures. The chloroform, purchased online, explained the lack of struggle. Tolbert received 5 life sentences without parole in 2022, yet the case left scars. Families of victims sued the HVAC company for negligence, sparking debates over employee screening. Ohio passed Tolbert laws, mandating background checks for contractors and stricter regulation of chemical sales. For Detective Voss, closure remained elusive. Tolbert never confessed and gaps lingered. How did he choose his first victim? Why spare some targets after surveillance? The unanswered questions haunted her, a reminder of the voids in every profile. The shadow case underscores the fragility of trust in systems meant to protect us. Tolbert weaponized authority, preying on those taught to respect it. His capture hinged not on flashy forensics, but on old-fashioned persistence. Voss's refusal to dismiss the burner phone as a dead end. Criminal profiling, while imperfect, narrowed a galaxy of possibilities into a constellation. It reminded us that monsters aren't born in voids, they fester in the margins of routine. The true horror lies not in the violence itself, but in the quiet moments before. The knock on the door, the flash of a badge, the polite smile that masks calculation. The legacy of the shadow isn't fear, it's vigilance. In an age of anonymity, the balance between trust and skepticism becomes survival. Tolbert's van now rusts in an evidence yard, a relic of hubris. But his story lingers, a cautionary tale etched into the asphalt of every quiet suburb.